The fundamentals of our economy are strong. Do you think John McCain goes over and over and over those words late at night as he crisscrosses the country and ponders how his couple of weeks of a lead over Barack Obama evaporated? Those 4 measly seconds of his standard speech that he stuck to inexplicably as the American economy teetered and swayed like a drunk on a train platform. Those 4 seconds of out-of-touchiness have ignited the Obama campaign the way Sarah Palin's convention speech ignited the Republicans long, long ago in a galaxy far, far away. McCain sticking to the assertion that the fundamentals are strong, a claim he made more than 20 times this year, has allowed Obama and Biden to regain their rhetorical oomph. It's also helping their numbers. Today, for the first time since the Republican convention, Barack Obama moved ahead of Senator McCain in Gallup's daily national tracking poll. Now, it is a scant 2-point lead, but it's a lead. In key battleground states, more good news for Obama. He's now even in Florida, a state in which he trailed McCain by 5 points in the latest Real Clear Politics average. Same in Ohio, where he now leads by 2 points after trailing there by an average of 2 points. And he's just 1 point behind McCain in North Carolina, a state that Democrats have not won since I was 3 years old. On the stump, Obama is sharpening his attack, hitting Republican stewardship of the economy. Today in Elko, Nevada, Obama ripped John McCain's proposed magical elixir for the economy, a blue ribbon commission.
Folks, we don't need a commission to figure out what happened. We know what happened. We don't need a commission to tell us how we got into this mess. We need a president who will lead us out of this mess, and that's the kind of president I intend to be.
You can also put Democratic vice presidential nominee Joe Biden in the "I'm excited this election is now about the economy and not about lipstick and Paris Hilton" camp.
You know, this campaign's about change, but it's about even more than that. It's about what we value as a people. It's not just about your job. It's about the dignity of your job. It's about whether you're respected at your job. It's not just about your paycheck. It's about pride. It's not just about opportunity. It's about genuine respect. Corny sounding words these days. But that's what it's about. That's why we're in the race.
You see, the reason the Obama campaign is throwing so many more hard punches right now, and arguably connecting with more of those punches, is because John McCain has so far proven to be a very soft target on this issue. Take, for example, an interview circulating online today that McCain gave to a New Hampshire newspaper back in November. Now, why is an old interview suddenly relevant in the campaign? Well, it shows how prescient, how prepared McCain was for what we're going through in the economy right now. The shortest possible version of this story is a pure visual. The look of abject horror on John McCain's face as the interviewer tees up a question about the economy.
Senator, I have a question about the subprime mortgage loans. And yes, we're starting to see now that states are taking proactive measures of their own to deal with this mess. I have kind of a 3-pronged question. Who's at fault for this mess? Who's not at fault? And is there a role that you see that the government could play in helping to form a resolution with this?
He looks like he just found half a rat in his Danish, doesn't he? All right, as for the substance of this interview, here's what John McCain was offering on the economy.
I can't come down yet and give you a specific solution because I don't claim to be smart enough. I'd like to tell you I did anticipate it, but I have to give you straight talk, I did not.
McCain also acknowledged during this interview that he did not anticipate another seminal event in American economic history.
The dimension of this problem may be surprising to a lot of people, but are you surprised?
Yeah, and I was surprised at the dot-com collapse, and I was surprised at other times in our history.
The dot-com collapse? You know, even the sock puppet from those Pets.com commercials knew his days were numbered. Really? You didn't see that coming? Therein lies the Obama-Biden opportunity. We have, for the moment, returned from the surreality of lipstick on pigs and Britney Spears and insults about community organizing, and we have returned to a country with real challenges, including a few big ones which are, by his own account, not John McCain's specialty. Here's his analysis of the markets this week.
Greed and excess and corruption is beset Wall Street. They've treated it like a casino.
Treating it like a casino, that's kind of a neat way to think about it, honestly, except when you remember that John McCain's plan for Social Security is to privatize it. which is to say to put it in that same stock market that lost 500 points just 2 days ago and another 449 points today, which is to say John McCain wants to take Social Security, one of the most successful federally funded programs in U.S. history, and put Social Security on something that he equates to a roulette table. Cocktail, anyone? I'd like to welcome to the program Democratic Senator Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota. She is supporting Senator Obama. Senator Klobuchar, thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you, Rachel. It's great to be on.
Senator McCain does not claim to be an expert on the economy. That's part of his straight talk. He has never pitched that as his strong suit. We just showed a clip from an interview a couple of months ago in which the whole idea of answering a question on the subject appeared to horrify him. But the country is pretty horrified about the economy right now. Is there anything that John McCain could say or do right now about the economy that would reduce this big political liability that he's got on this issue?
You know, I think he'd have to come clean and tell the truth. You know, you've seen in the last 26 hours words out of his mouth that he's never said in the last 26 years in Congress. Time and time again, he stood by these companies. He was chair of the Commerce Committee for 7 years. He did nothing about increasing our gas mileage standards, something the Democratic Congress had to do out of that same Commerce Committee. Nothing about protecting our kids from toxic toys on our shores and in our stores, again, out of this Commerce Committee, something that Barack Obama was a leader on. Nothing to regulate these financial institutions. He referred to himself as a deregulator. And you know what? I heard someone say this morning from Texas, Rachel, they said there's an old Texas saying, all hat and no cattle. And that's what we're hearing from John McCain. It's all hat and no cattle when you look at his record and you look where the Bush-McCain policies have brought us.
You know, John McCain has sort of sidestepped the flip-flop allegation in this campaign, even though a lot of his positions really have changed. He's sidestepped that by saying, if I have changed on an issue like offshore drilling, it's because circumstances dictated that I changed, because the news meant that I had to change. I'm flexible and open-minded enough to change my mind if need be. I wonder if it would be feasible, if it would be plausible, if it would cost him too much with his own party for him to make that sort of case about why he has changed from 26 years as a deregulator into now about 48 hours as somebody who's a proponent of regulation. I wonder if there is a credible way to make that case.
You know, I don't know if there is. I just know that he's gotten us in this mess. And you look at, as this mess has been unrolling even in the last few weeks, you see Barack Obama weathering the storm of this unfair criticism and doing a 2-minute ad where he actually addresses the American people to their face. And then you see John McCain running these lipstick ads and this fraudulent ads about sex education. Enough is enough. People have had it. And as you see in the polls, it's not just the Obama campaign that's ignited and is with purpose to get change here. It's the American people. Because they watched that convention, they got a little interested, and they started to say, what is going on here? You know, my health care expenses, my premiums have gone up 100%. You got kids can hardly go to college, and these guys are talking about lipstick. I mean, it's enough is enough. And I think you see that with the American people because they're hurting.
Well, on that issue, I mean, my feeling is that when people are talking about hardcore issues like the economy, the Obama-Biden campaign is at its strongest, and I think we're seeing that these last couple of days. When people aren't talking about the issues, when the other guys have succeeded in making the debate about lipstick or preachers or Paris Hilton or whatever, the Obama-Biden campaign sort of wilts. And that's a winning strategy if you control the message, but it is a losing strategy if you don't control the message. Do you see it that way?
Well, I do, and I'd say this, though, is that the American people in the end are going to be sophisticated about this, and they're going to make the decision based on the issues, based on their pocketbooks. Average middle-class wages down something like $1,000 to $2,000 in this country, expenses up $4,500. Barack Obama's got a plan. Middle-class tax cuts, rolling back some of these tax cuts on the wealthiest. McCain's plan would give over $500,000 to the 0.1%, and the American people are going to get this. And I just, you know, you think of the Republicans had so many opportunities to do something about this, and they let these agencies decay. They put the wrong people in charge. Even 2005, Representative Oxley, Republican, had a bipartisan effort to better regulate Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. And he said, and this is a public quote, he said, all I got from the administration was a one-finger salute. So time and time again, you see letting these institutions decay, and look where we are now. You know, secretaries on the front line with nothing at Lehman Brothers. You got people in the state of Minnesota losing their homes and all their lives' fortune. You got elderly people worried about their pension. They're not going to listen, the people of this country, to ads about lipstick. They want a real plan and real change, and that's what Barack Obama has to offer.
Senator Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota, thank you so much for your time
thank
tonight.
you, Rachel, and thank you for making my daughter think I'm cool going on your show. I lost her when I didn't know that LOL meant laugh out loud on a radio program, and just being on your show makes her think I'm cool.
Well, if you need any help on any other abbreviations, I'll hook you up.
I'll call
just give me a call. All right.
Okay,
Thanks,
thank you.
Senator. Appreciate it.